How we doing, my beautiful people? Another therapy session. Headed to work, ready to get it in. Just want to chat with my younger fellas, and just want to let you guys know, man. You gotta be putting in some work, because we come in this world as a man. We come in this world with no value, right? And we have to create our own value. Now, I'm not saying we're not important, but what I'm saying is the world don't care. You know. Now, as far as a woman, she come in the world with she come in this world with value, right? Because she can reproduce kids. I mean, not okay. All right, don't take it out of context, but she comes in this world with value. As a man, we don't. We have to create our own value, and it's important for us to know how to do that. And a lot of people will say money and all that stuff, but everybody got their own things. I'm not gonna go into that. But if you from age 20, I'll say 21, 22 to 45. And if you're not where you want to be, you should be putting in 100-hour weeks. If you're from age 22 to 45, I would even say 48. From 22 to 48, if you're not where you need to be or want to be, you should be putting in 100-hour weeks. Now, the reason I say that is, regular jobs are okay if you got a regular, household, whatever, if you don't want to do too much, right? But if you want to do something that your bloodline has never done, you have to be putting in 100-hour weeks. And when I say 100-hour weeks on the job, I mean investing your money. I'm not talking about just to increase your expenses, go buy the big truck that you want. No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the people that work their W-2 to understand credit and buy assets. That's it. That's literally it. That's literally it. And you need to be. We should be putting in 100-hour weeks, easy. If you're not where you want to be. I just turned 30, but I'm 30, right? And so by the time this hitch is over, I put in 160 hours in 11 days. So that's a little bit over. You know what I mean? How many hours is that per day? Well, that's 14-hour days for 11 days. So when this is over, I'll be putting in 154 hours. So I'm off around 6 days a month. I work about 22 days a month. I'm off 6 days a month. And people say, dang, bro. Man, this is the time, man. See, this is where we get not confused, but this is where we get left behind at. We want to turn up and party these years, our young years, you know what I mean? And I did that, and I went to college, and I did all that stuff, right? So I can say 22 to 48, but at 22, I was in college. So that's how I know. If I would have been doing this, putting in 100-hour weeks at 22, man, I've been in the Lamborghini right now, right? But I wouldn't change nothing, because God took me through that so I can understand how money works and all that stuff, right? So I don't regret anything. I'm glad I went to school. School taught me discipline, how to finish stuff, do it when you don't feel like it. I don't regret school at all. But like I said, at 22, I was in school. And in our community, we tend to trick off those years. We tend to laugh, joke, cry, we laugh, joke, drink, smoke, all those years, man. And then when we 35, then when we 36, then we start waking up. Man, what? I'm not saying it's too late, but you just killed over half of your young years, man, just playing around and getting into crazy debt. And I say debt, I mean like consumer debt, credit card debt, cars, house you can't pay for, and then we wake up at 36, 37, 35, and we got to do better, right? So for me, $100 weeks, and I'm willing to do that for the next 7 years, bro. And I done it for the last 3. I got it in offer when I was 27. I'm 30 now. I'm willing to do that for the next 7 years. I'll be a millionaire in 5 years, though. I'll be a millionaire in 5 years, closing on properties, that type of stuff. Now, I'm not saying I have $1 million in the bank, which means nothing. $1 million in the bank that doesn't mean anything. I'd rather have $1 million in assets, and that's a mind frame or a mindset that I had to get, because I thought $1 million is what we needed. Nah, money ain't worth a dime, to be honest. But anyway, but you need to be putting in 100-hour weeks, young man. 22 to 48. You know, when you get up to that 48 number, if you're not where you want to be, you still need to be putting that work in. But it's no excuse for a 22-year-old, a 30-year-old, 35-year-old shouldn't be putting in 100-hour weeks if you're not where you want to be. Now, like I said, many people are not going to be business owners. Many people are not going to be president of Apple. I'm sorry, it's just not going to be that way. And you have to invest your money. That's the only way to get out of the rat race. That's the only way to outpace inflation. That's the only way. So young kings, get to it. 100-hour weeks. Now, I'm not saying you have to be on a W-2 job to do that. You can be learning how to trade. You can be creating your business. I got a lot of business stuff I need to be doing. Like, getting my profile and my website. So that's still putting in work, you know what I mean? So you ain't got to be on a job, but you need to be putting in work for the future. And this is for my kings, man. And queens too. You got some women out there that's gonna get it too. But like I said, as a man, we come into this world and we have to create our own value. But I want to say, you got it. Keep your head up. Keep going. Get a mentor. Someone that I wouldn't say want to be like, but someone that's already where you want to be. And if you can reach out to them, shoot them a text. All right, man, boom, I'm stuck. That goes a long way. So I hope you're having a great Tuesday. It's my 3rd day back. Put a video out today. Hope y'all doing great. Just keep grinding, man. You gotta keep grinding. You're gonna look up in 5 years, and like right now determines your 5-year mark. Right here, right now, this moment. And in 5 years, we're gonna look back on this video and like, bro, you was right. And 5 years right now determines your 5 years from today. Just like 5 years ago on this day determined today. It's crazy how that works, man. So you gotta be aware of the situation. That awareness. But hope y'all doing great. Thank God for this day. If you're not focused, if you're not zoned in, if you don't have that tunnel vision for God, man, it's easy to give up out here. It's easy to give in to flesh and temptation, man. So I would say first get that in order, and just know that it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy at all. It's going to be more temptation when you want to follow Christ, when you want to get better, when you decide to say no to something that's no longer doing you any good. Decide to say no when you don't feel like going to parties no more. It's going to be temptation. But that's what you want, though. That's how you get better. That's how you continue to grow as a man, as a person, as a woman, like anybody. But it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. You see what's going on in the news, and hey, bro, this is the time to buckle down on your finances. Grab your money, grab your funds, hold off for a second. And hey, the stock market is dipping down. Get ready to buy some stocks, real estate. All this finna go to pennies on a dollar. And thank God I'm buying whole, so it'll go back up for me. But but I hope you're having a great day. Go get your workout in. Thank you for the support. Thank you for all the comments and subs. And just continue to be great. Have a great day.